Okay, let's start. We will start with creating this UI to put this UI type into Godot. I already started it. Just right here. Right now it looks like this, but we will make it. I think the title is wrong. Should be UI. So we want that this one looks exactly the way how it looks here. I already started it. We already have... Wait. Should look at this one. We already have this part, and then this part, but the rest is still missing. So here I have this HBox container, and underneath I need to display the money. So what we're gonna do now here is that it looks exactly like this here. We need a texture. We need firstly in this VBox container, we will need to put an HBox container. This is so complicated. And here we need to put a texture rect for the logo. Texture rect. And then we need to put this panel container. I think we have 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Actually, I just want to set, I think right now I have a minimum size, but we don't want a minimum size. Hello, Kelso, welcome. How are you doing? Okay, something inside this one has a minimum size. This margin container maybe. Nope, the label. Did I ever say that how much I like to do UI? I didn't see anything where it looks like that I set any minimum size. Actually, the label also will contain just only one number, but it wasn't it. Not expand. This is better. This one, but I think we don't want a margin container. Yeah, this is better. Margin container, delete the margin container. Or at least make the margin way smaller, just 1 pixel maybe. Just like this. What a long weekend. Grateful finally have an inventory system. Nice. What do you mean with long weekend? Today's Thursday. You had a weekend till yesterday. But this panel container still looks weird. Are you working on your UI assets? Yes, I create this now, that it will be displayed in the inventory. I hopefully can do it today, so that we have a nice lookalike for the item data when we are in the inventory. Just try to create program it. But UI is always so complicated. I don't understand this. What makes it that big? Because why this panel is that big? Because when I create another one, they have too much space. This is because I wanted being the just wait. What if I doing this? UI is so important, just like having a character asset. If you pay for a ton, to pay for UI assets to $1,000. I think yes, UI is important, but it's not about how the UI looks like. I think it's more about how easy it is to use the UI. I mean, you can have the most fanciest UI, but when the control is bad, then it's not worth it. Then the game will make less fun. So more important than the lookalike of the UI. Wait, here we can keep wait bottom and top one. It doesn't make the 9 patch rack bigger. I mean, it doesn't matter what I said here. Just when I say 0000, it will just make it as the size of the 9 patch rack. But it won't. I think I can just influence it by create the minimum size of the label. Yes, so I say 10 here. So 18. So we'll delete 1 until 7. Okay. That is what I want. But actually, I just want 7. You can also use Atlas, not 9 patch racked. Yeah, but 9 patch racked is way better. Because the thing is, when you have a 9 patch racked, you can do this, for example. You can stretch it, and the graphic behind will stretch just in the places where you want it to stretch. So just the middle part will be stretched, and not the pixel outside. So 1 pixel in size is still 1 pixel, but when you use an Atlas, it will have a very weird behavior on this one. I need here a placeholder. I'll use this one as the placeholder. I'll replace it later. Yes, you can stretch this one too, but then you can see then it won't stretch right. So when you have a texture, right, and you fill it with an Atlas texture, and this Atlas texture, actually an Atlas texture is more like a sprite sheet. Like when I have multiple pictures here that I say, okay, I have 4 pictures here, that I just say, for example, 8, 8. And then every corner is one picture. And of course you can stretch it, but you will stretch it in a wrong way. You will, when you stretch this, it will doing this here. So you have this one, for example. And you have this one. What an Atlas texture is doing when you stretch it, it's doing this. So the borders at some point will have this size on the left and right, and on the top it will keep this size. But what the 9-patch rack does is doing this. I mean, not this. It's more likely like this. It will stretch to any side, but the outline will keep the same size on each side. So it will once stretch your outlines. It will just stretch the middle part. That's what you want to stretch. So the thing is now I want that here's I somehow don't like this yet. But if you use Atlas, you need 4 corner of assets. I mean, for example, my inventory background is just like 8 pixels. This is how the inventory looks like here. And the inventory in-game is, this is the inventory. This is the graphic, what I use for the background. Okay, here I think it doesn't matter what I'm doing. Try use the Atlas edit assets and select that asset. Try use the Atlas, edit the asset. Okay, so a texture rack filled with an Atlas. So for example, I will take the inventory thing, as this is the maximum amount of I want to use as a background. So I have just the corners. Now what should I do? New Atlas texture. When I put this one here. And how to stretch it now that 1 pixel won't be the size of 8 pixel or like 5 pixel? Use snap mode, not pixel snap. Grid snap, auto slice. So grid snap. Thanks for following in YouTube. Thank you very much. Yes, grid, set, step, and offset. And what should I set here? That I'll have this same effect. Set step. At 7 to what? Set it to 4 example and this picture is 7 by 7 pixels. So I have to use 7 by 7. Use bigger assets, it's too small for that. So this one. Actually, I would really use the 9-patch rect, as I think 9-patch rect is even a bit better in performance than read Atlas. I think the Atlas is just important for something like when you have UI buttons and you will store all the icons in the same Atlas texture, then you would make sense. Just the corner? Let's say this one is the corner. But why, I mean, why should I do that when there's already the 9-patch rect existing, which do exactly the same? When I need to use for each panel container 4 texture rects, then it will make it much more nodes. I have like 5 times the amount of nodes than I have right now. I mean, what make this better than the 9-patch rect? For example, you need Atlas at least 7-digit number. You need to just create one of that. Example, you need at least 7-digit number. You need just to create one of that. But I want these separations in between these numbers. I mean, I could create one picture which will have this, just only this part, and put every number on top of this. Or I just create a field for each number. Actually, I could use even just one label for the whole number. For example, you need to have different panel with different size. Yeah, but the 9-patch rec take care of that. So as you see here, this 9-patch rec with this texture is working in this size, and even in this size. Even the panels has different sizes. I don't give this texture directly to the panel. They are in the 9-patch rec. And they are extra made for the UI to be stretched in the 2 different sizes. Here I don't. Base class for a container only ranges its child controlled. By itself serves no power unless the script configures the children place. But I can use it as code, set it, and the code create for me. The 9-patch rect you can also set with code. You can create a 9-patch rect. You can create every node with code and set it also with code. Why this is this size? For example, I have 200 objects and just one asset. All I need is Atlas. Yes, like I said, it would make sense when you have, like, for example, icons. Like, for example, this one. I have this pumpkin. And I also have an apple and cherry and so on. I can store all of them in one atlas. And then just got the texture from its position in this atlas. So I just need one PNG and not like 200 PNGs. Yeah, but this one is a label. And the label is just a number created here by text. I can just set it like this. I never changed. The only thing what I change is the text inside. Later on, based on its value. I somehow need a better way to display this. You have different panel assets. One is dark and one is light. All I do is to create one asset and Atlas, just select that region. Yeah, in this case, it would make sense, I think. But in a 9-patch rect, I can also say that rather than adding a texture here, I can also add the Atlas texture here. And when I want to have light theme, I put this here. When I want to have dark scene, I put this here. I mean, like, this is light scene and theme, and this is dark theme. What is this? Labels with auto wrapping and must have a custom minimum size container to work correctly inside a container. So now I need to change the font size. But the problem with this font is it's working just on 16 pixels. Yeah. Can also create one front, just create the trace file for it. Can also create one front, just create the trace file for it. One font. I somehow would like to start from new. I have to do it again. So to make this layout, first separation is here. Horizontal. Then it is horizontal. Yet also horizontal. Vertical. So horizontal is here, vertical is here. Then this one I separate horizontal, but they are also in the vertical. So this is separated horizontally. Then we have two verticals inside the horizontal. And inside this vertical, we have one horizontal here and one horizontal here. And then that's it. So this panel container actually should have this background, so we don't need the 9-patch rect. And here we have first a margin container. In this margin container, we have a hbox container. No, we have a vbox container. And in this vbox container, we have an hbox container. Where we store on the left the title and on the right the texture rect. So we somehow need a panel container which stores a texture rect, which stores a label. And also on the right side we store a texture rect. And on this texture rect, this panel container will just exchange, I think, the panel. New stylebox texture, and here we just put inside inventory. We'll take this one. Okay, this one. Here we take a pumpkin, for example. We just say keep. Hit with. Can also use normal control node to put all the panel. Layout size of each control node. Rather than the panel containers. So here we need a hbox container. And here on the left side we need okay, we need this one. Wait, hbox container. Here we have two vbox container. Nope, yes, two vbox container. And here on the left side we have this one. We have, this is the description. Now we have wrap mode. It's just like Panagra do, but in normal control node you can have the freedom to set the size of it. But in a panel container I need to set a 9-patch rect as a background. Wait, what did I do? Just have a problem with this font. Don't forget to set the y-axis and x-axis of each control node, like the size. Oh wait, this one has to be the order, not a label. It has to be rich text label. Ah. Somehow I don't like this here. Ah. I like to have it this way more. So everything keeps inside there where it's supposed to be. Null container theme overrides this one. New texture. So everything is at the right spot. So underneath from this panel container, we need a VBox container. No, an HBox container. And here we have a texture rect. And also this one. No, this one. Texture rect record, for example. So I need 7 times. Just like this. Somehow I don't like the layout yet. It's a bit too, the width is too big. But I think I don't have any influence on this. Each number is same size. Seam overrides, colors. Nope, we just take white. Seven. Somehow I need to get the font smaller. But the only thing, I have just one font which is smaller. And the only font which is smaller fonts. Public Pixel. Oh no, Retro Gaming. It says is 20. No. What size is that? 42. I need to use a font here which is maximum has a size of 8. This is 16. But I want a smaller the smaller font. Probably I have to go to the font again. 8 pixel font. the Atari ST and developed and revised it over many, many years. For me, it represents. To use it in Photoshop and the actual size, you should set the font size to 10 points. To use in any project you see fit, of course, without any guarantee. I try this font. Pixoletta. I think this is better. So here we just say center, center. This is not center, center. Okay, I have to set a minimum size. And this will be 6 pixels in width. So when I set 1, it should be in the middle. Is that the middle? Doesn't seems like the middle. Is the font? I feel like the font is not in the middle. That's causing this weird positioning. This one is not in the middle. It's using 5 pixels. It should be 1 pixel more to the right. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. One, two, three, four, 5. Why this is 5 pixels in the width? Oh, that's not good. I need another font. I need another font. 11 free 8 pixel fonts. And I don't want to say anything, but all of them are not 8 pixels. Eight pixel. Does text mesh help here? Drag a font you like into the system. Testing with text mesh, and while it's a great utility, it doesn't have the pixel perfect accuracy of the standard text elements when used on UI canvas. Thanks. Alright, I've used Lilliput steps. The pixel one inspired by the classic video game Earthbound. Give your message a low resolution, purity of voice. Some Latin-based European writings are supported, including the following languages. The font included in this issue are released under a no right reserved Creative Commons 0 license. Please do not ask permission to do anything with these fonts. Whatever you want to do with this font, the answer will be yes. Please read. Okay. More I don't need to know. And it's public domain, then I can use it without any problems. But it's an OTF. Is it possible to load OTFs here? Open type fonts, yes. So I'll use, for this one, I'll use this one. How small is it? It says it's 8 pixels, but it's very blurry here. It's blurred. I feel like there's something not right with this. Wait. It's called the other day, the UI effect section that allows you to add outline and drop. Okay, well, I'll just check out this one. 100% free. They said this one is 8 pixels, but here the spacing in between the font, in between the letters is too big. Something like that would be nice. But the pixel is too big. They say this one is 9 pixels. Let's test this one. Even 9 pixels is a very... Well, they have different font sizes. I mean, even different font types. So I need something like this one. Nope, this is too fat. This one is that what I want. So let's try to install. Oh, here I even have TTF and OTF. Let's try to TTF. The pixel. He says it's 9 pixels. I'm not sure if I'm doing something wrong here. Did I accidentally stretch it somewhere? Let's try public pixel. Actually, this doesn't have this anti-aliasing everywhere. But here the width is too big. I would like to have a font which is higher than width. Something like this, just in perfect pixels. Let's try it without anti-aliasing. Oh. Okay, we did it. Well, we still can't center it, no matter what we do. Okay, what is happening with the 5? What is the intended font size of this one? I mean, here we know it should be 8. Right? So we just say none LCD subpixels. No, we say none. And here it seems to be okay. An 8. Size 8. But the spacing is really bad. And I really don't like the 1. The 2 looks okay. 3 also. What about D pixel? Thanks for following on YouTube. Thank you very much. Okay, the 9 looks really... I mean, what is that? But I think it's just because I said this one. Hmm. Huh. I think I go for this one. Here it seems to be alright. Here it's the pixel they say it should use is exactly the pixel they want to use it. Like that what it's like this what is this font is supposed to be. Yeah, so we just changed the text to a 1 number, but now we have this problem. Shrink, shrink. Somehow this label is not in the middle. This one was in the middle. So each font has their pro and cons here. Well, I'm not sure if this is the middle. Let's see, what is this size? 7. So when we change it from... So let's say we have 1. We duplicate it 7 times. Fit with. This somehow looks like supposed to be. Just the only downside is, well, here we just also need to change the font to this one, font size. I want it to be 8. And styles, nope. Fonts, constants, outline size, none. This is how it should be. So we have this left side, this one. Even I want this pumpkin at the top is bigger. Maybe 32 pixels. Okay, and now we need something here on the right side. This one is the left side, and this one, here we say expand. But we also say expand here. Now what we want to add here are these panels, which are panel containers, which stores a texture right and also a label. So this one is, for example, 10%. This panel container has the inventory slot empty style. There's a style box, and here we say this one. Here we say this one. And in texture rect, we'll just put some icon. Achievement. Oh, I should have achievement icons. Here, collection menu items. Well, here I always use Atlas texture, and here this one is 16 by 16. We'll take this one, for example, and in this panel container we put an HBox container. We put both inside here. They are left, right. So we have this one, and that would be actually it, right? Somehow. Except that I want to set the height here. To this one. Fill. Okay, so the layout seems to be alright. Also here and here. Looks almost right, except that this one seems to be very big. Yeah, I want that this one is fill. Okay. Actually, this texture should not be stretched. So I set this to fit with. Okay, I see a problem here. Container sizing, fill. This is somehow how it would look like. Is that how we wanted it here? Somehow, right? But it would be also nice to have this close button here at the top. First of all, I would like to see. I can't see it. How can I do it? So this one, for example, now we go to the world scene. We have this inventory. And now when we put item UI, where is it? I would like to always display it here. But for this, the height is 2 pixels too small and the width seems to be a bit off. Should be a bit smaller. Like 10 pixels. I have a minimum size here on the label. Nope. On this one? Nope. Okay, now I need to find out where I have this minimum size set it. I can say it's here. Okay. It's this one. I think I could fix that by adjusting from this hbox container to say constant will be 0. Okay, it doesn't fix anything. Also, this one is not fitting. Is it just me or is this last one bigger than the rest? But it's still not matching with this one. Why the alignment is not like it's supposed to be? Well, I have to say this. Nope. Well, this way it will work. still don't find a solution how I can make it smaller. When I go to this HBox container, wrong one, this one, and here I take this one, and I think it has something to do with the minimum size of the label. The thing is, I can't make it smaller than 7 pixels. I have to do this 7 pixels. Otherwise, a 9 would be bigger than a 1 and so on. So when I start to do this label is bigger than 7 pixels, smaller, then, and I change from 8 to 9, as you can see, it make it always bigger. So the minimum size has to be 7 pixels. That there will be no change in up to which number I put. Only thing and the only adjustment I see here is that I can make this graphic smaller. So when I say keep, I can't make it smaller. Keep. I would like to keep it in the middle, not on the top left. Okay, maybe I also need to make this one smaller. But I don't have any. Here I can save a few pixels. But not enough. Okay, I have another idea. Also the separations of this HBox container, for example. Can set this one to 2 maybe. Before it was like 4 pixels, so I save also a few pixels here. But I also have items which has a name something like We'll be very close with fitting this inside this UI. And also here, in this HBox container, there's a lot of space here. Wait. Okay. I think this won't have any effect here, right? Yes. I can just display it right. Can I save somewhere even more pixels? I think not. But I think it's fine. I think the layout like this is fine. And when we just display it in the world, okay, it's very, very close, right? This is very, very close. It's just like pixel on pixel. Would be nice when we have just like 2 pixel space. So I think 2 pixel space we still can save here. Wait, but this doesn't have an effect yet. It doesn't matter what I set here. The width will be just the same. I mean, I could save pixels here a lot. Wait. Something is blocking this one to be stretched. I have no idea what is this. Actually, the font size is even too big for this one. It's font size 8. This seems way too big. This is how it looks in-game, and I think it looks like it's supposed to be. Welcome back, Kelso. But it's still 2 pixels too big. In total, I would like to have it 2 pixels smaller. something here. They have minimum size here. Okay, just because of this panel container. Oh. Okay. Again, 1 or 2 pixels. Okay, at least 1 pixel. Here we have 2. And also, the height should be like 3 pixels higher. Okay, 1 more pixel. What is game? Yeah, nope, this has nothing to do with this anymore. Now the only size which is setted is based on this one. I think we could save a bit when we do something here. This is one possibility. We can save a lot, but I'm not sure if this looks okay. I mean, everything looks better than this, to be honest. World. And then we would have this size. Which I think looks way better than before. But I don't like that here's no separations, to be honest. And here also, we need at least this 1 pixel separation. Otherwise we can't do it. But I could... Wait, this picture will look differently. So I think this picture will be 16 by 32. And I'll just draw a sketch. Just something like this, I mean. Doesn't have to be perfect. We go to Godot. Well, this one. We click, we say rec coin. We change it. Open an external program. Sprite, change size. Okay, let's do it this size. This one. Then we say well, okay, here we can save a lot of space. Nope. This one. But how high is this one? I want to keep it the same high. This one has a height of 25 pixels. Sprite properties, no, sprite, canvas size. This one. Load default palette, and we just okay. But I want it in the middle. Like this, but without this expansion. Hmm. Okay, I feel like it doesn't matter what I'm doing. I think the only way to fix that doing this. So when I save it now, we go to the world scene. Well, we have enough space on each side. Even I'm not happy with this logo yet, which displays the money. But this is kind of that what we want. Yeah, I think we have everything now. The only thing is what we need to do. What I think is not good at this layout is, for example, that fruits has another thing. Then, for example, squirrels, apple seeds extractor. All of them has like 3 properties displayed on the right side, except for like a small wooden box. Or like a squirrel. We have the needed level always in each item, which is fine. But there should be also like 2 properties which will be there. And in pumpkins, we have grade and size. Which I think maybe we will not display it this way. What if we just display it in percentage? Like 100% would be the highest grade, and when you hover it, then it will say grade 30% from 50 and size 30%. Or 70%. No, it can be just 50% is the maximum. So this one would be a total grade of 80%. Like a grade score, maybe. Not percent, but like a score. Each number can be until even 100 would be fine. Each. So when you hover it, it will say something like this. This more likely would be the hover of this label. Here, this one will be just like tell you, okay, this is the of the whole thing. Also here, the whole thing, energy value and needed level. So somehow we fixed that. But a small wooden box. The only thing to keep the layout right is that I put 2 empty boxes underneath. And I'm not sure if I have to put this one, as we say stated here, which type of pumpkin that is. We say a legendary medium-sized pumpkin, for example. And also just the seed extractor has this chance. For example, cidery has a 100% success rate. But the output depends on the type of fruit you put inside. So when you put a fruit inside which has a grade of legendary medium, it will has like 6 juice or 5 juice boxes will come from this cidery. But when you put like a small come on apple, then there will be just like 1 juice will come from this machine. need to check something. Okay, I think that is all. We just need to write code now. For this. I think we will just call if we'll store slot data here. And we just inherit all the data from the slot data. And that's what we're gonna do now for this code. Oh, and actually the positioning of this one has to be properly too. But how I will do it, that this will be on the left side and here the space will keep. Because at the moment, here's the inventory interface. And when I put item UI to here, wait, here the height is too big. Let me fix that. So the standard height should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 pixels smaller. So we take 14 pixels from the item UI. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wait. I'm 124. We'll delete it. And we call this one also item UI. And we save it. We go to the world and we put an item UI in inventory. This is the position where we want to place it. So 7, 187. Okay. So let's add script to this UI. Class item UI. And we store this in inventory. This is fine. Inventory item UI create. So what we need is export variable slot current slot data as slot data. So we have variable ready. Not variable, func ready. And we just say set UI. And set UI. We just set everything separately. I think this will be the cleanest. So for set the title, for set this one, set this one, set this one, and so on. So the first thing is, what we're gonna do is, we'll go to the 2D scene and we're watching everything what we need to set. We want to set this label, so we'll give this the label item title. And we say access as unique. Then we want to access this one. This one is item texture. Also save access as unique. Then we want to access the description. Here we say item description. And actually, I think I'll delete all this item. Keep it just small. Title, description. Okay, this one will be a bit. So the only. Okay. Let me think. Okay, that's actually easy. Here we'll take the HBox container. We say count group, or like amount group. Okay, how I'll do it here. Here, I think we will access them directly here. So this we'll call property group. And also access as unique name. Amount group access as unique name. So we start with the top, the title and the texture. So what we're gonna do now in set UI is set title. I could make it a bit bigger. Set title. And here we just say percent title. Okay, title dot text equals item name. But the thing is, in some items, we also have a grade. Like, machines can have a level. So what we need to do is to check first. Beehive, for example, we have quantity, available level. Huh. where I start the level. Animal, processing, blueprints, machine tools. Root. I don't start a level somewhere. Level dictionary only. Ah, current item level. Alright, it's up here. It's the first property. It's current item level. So current item level, we only need to add so when I open up a teddy bear, for example, it's 0. So we just say if current item level is not null, then we say current slot data dot current item level. Then we can expand text, right? So we have string join write show split. Oh wait, it's working like an array. So I think the easiest way how I can do this is say person title dot text equals person title dot text. Can I say plus equals? Title dot text plus this one plus this one. And when we just add the slot data, let's take a machine. For example, a seed extractor. We take seed extractor slot resource up here. We start the scene. Seed extractor plus 1. Or when we put the apple now, it's just apple. Okay. So set title is working. Next one is I'm not sure if this is the right way to write this code, but I think it's the cleanest. Current slot data dot texture inventar. So we have apple now. set description. We want to set the description here. So person description dot text equals actually I think I have a problem on this one, because right now when we go to resource table and we have like a bear doll with a green shirt which can win at the fun fair, which you can win at the fun fair, or an orange colored gemstone. Where do I have a fruit? I need a fruit, for example. This one. It's empty. But how I would be able... So if it's fruit, I want to mention the size. I want to mention the size and I want to mention the grade. So for example... Or I will not. I just do it this way, but I think apple is empty. This won't work because we don't set description here. Around crisp and sweet fruit. All right. Now we go to the a bit more complicated part. And this is the money count. Set amount. Amount is a wrong word. I have to call it set value. First pass. And I have to change the name. Because right now I just call this one amount group, but I want to call this value group. And first of all, we want to get access to every text. To everything what is a label and not everything what is a panel container, not this one texture, right? So we just say variable values as an array, or better, a packed node. No. Whatever, we just say array equals. And what we want to store here is for child in percent value group dot get children. We say values dot append. Wait. If child is texture rect, continue. Child dot append values dot append child. So what we're gonna do is we have access to every value now, but as we want to fill the data from end to left, we have to turn this value array by reverse And now we want to say for number in we want to create the value string equals current slot data dot how do I call it? Value, not value. How's it called? Cache value? Standard value? Oh. Let's say standard value. Standard value. And we make it a string. And we also want to turn it around. Value string dot reverse. And now we say for label in values label dot get node. Now we need to get access to the label. Or like, let's say container. I think it's a better word. Because now we say label again. Dot text equals wait, we have to do it on the other way around. First we need to set each to 0. We say text equals 0. And afterwards we just change for number in value string we have to say values dot text dot get node label dot text equals number. So that we do it just as much as we have numbers. Cannot find member get node. Well, number dot not find. How I can got the position for number and value string. Okay, we will do it differently. We say for number position for number I in value string dot size or length. We say values number I dot get node label dot text equals number a value string dot no, this one number I. Now it should work. Start, let's see. One. Okay, that seems to be wrong. Because we didn't call it. I think this way is better. 8. Okay, it seems to be all right. Let's try it with the seed extractor. Just like this, start the scene. We have a value of 1051. A machine which extracts seeds of fruits. We have this one, we have this one, we have this one. Seems to be all right. We just need to set this one. And for this, we need icons. And therefore, I will create a new file which will create 16 by 16 icons. I think. Let's start with the first one, and this is level. What we had is a circle. Just like this one. But I would like to have it 2 pixels. Just like this. Okay, and we just say oh. Hmm. 1 second. Okay, that looks not good. How I can display the level properly. Somehow a V has to be minimum. This can be like this one also, but we need at least this pixels. And for the L, maybe this way? But we keep it in gray, like we did before. Okay, for now it's just a test. And I will also test if the size is correct. Maybe we are lucky and we have a bit more space. But I will keep it this way first. Inventory. And this one I will call item property icon. So we go to item UI and we go to 2D and we also change this texture, right? With icon. Well, I mean, even here the font is not right. Theme overrides, fonts. Which font we use here? Pixel operator 8. Theme overrides, font, pixel operator. Operator, pixel operator. Item. Atlas texture. Icon. And we save this Atlas texture. We save it as item, icon, no, item, property, icon atlas. We also do it here. Wait, wrong. Icon atlas. Just put this one here. And here the same. So we have this one for now and we start it. I want to know if it looks good or if we need to change it. Maybe it's fine. But what if... I'm thinking about to not always have the circuits around. So that, for example, in this case, that I just take this one out. We have a big L. Maybe this is better, but I think 3 pixels is maybe a bit too much. This way. Oh. This one. Okay, I think this is better. So we have a display of the level. So now we need this one. So we just say sprite canvas size. To the right, we will put 16. And here we need a circle. So let's see what would be the best way to do pixel art. Some things like this are way harder because of the limitation of the pixels. I have to do it somehow this way. When I say here, it's 16. Oh. Resource local to scene. Okay, I just thought I set it. Oh, here, this one. Oh, I can't set this one local to scene. This one is local to scene. Okay, why I will change it if I say local to scene? Are we using Atlas now? I mean, for something like this, I always use Atlas for store icons. Make it unique so that with one copy. Yeah, that is what I'm doing right now. I just send it local to scene. Oh. Okay, that was a good hint. Thank you. So now I want to show the level here in this case. But this one, okay, the level will be always same for each item. But the problem I see here is the second and the third property. The second and the third property could be the problem here. Because it will always change. And I'll take it from different places. Example, this time, I will take it from a dictionary, which is up to the level. But then we have, for example, this time, the growing time, this I also got from another place. So I'll set it from a different place. Here I don't have anything. Here the energy value I also got from another place. So first of all, I have to do it up to the item type. So when it's a machine, then I'll do it this way. When it's a seed, then I'll do it this way. Connectable. Okay, so we go to the script, item UI, set title is finished, item texture is finished, description is finished, value is finished. So what we're gonna do now is func set properties. So what we set in any case is the variable property group as an array equals % property group dot get children. Hello Bankley, welcome. How are you doing? Okay, this Godot is a bit weird, but yeah. I mean, this Godot emote. I'm doing good. How about you? I'm also doing very well. Thanks for asking. Okay. The first property will be always the property group 0 dot texture. Wait, get node. And iterate also for property in property group equal this one. We say property dot get node. And we always have two nodes, texture rect and label. And I'm playing Fortnite right now, and tomorrow is the Star Wars season. The battle pass will be based on Star Wars characters in Fortnite. So Star Wars has a collaboration with Fortnite. Actually, I've never played Fortnite. Never in my life. I don't even start it. TextureAct dot texture equals. Okay, no, texture I will not set. Texture is an atlas. And this atlas is based on up to, as this one will be level, probably. See ya, be right, I'm gonna play some more. Okay, good luck and have fun, Bankley. See you. Okay, actually, set vector 4 16. No, this has to be 0 0 16 16. Is that a vector 4? And then we also need to say property dot get node text label dot text equals, in this case it is current slot data dot available level. Okay, 10 pass doesn't seems to be alright. And actually we need to make a string from this. We also need to say set properties Okay. Prior key player. Okay, wrong scene. This one. Oh. There's an HBox container in between. Panel container, HBox container, texture rect, and label. Level 15. Seems to be alright. But something is wrong with this display. But this we can fix now. Item UI. Texture set region. Vector 4 0 0 16 16. I didn't see a problem here. 0 0 16 16. Okay, what if I set region? Wait. It's a rect 4. My bad. Rect 2. Rect 2 not found in base self. Okay, big R. Alright. Start. Okay, let's try it. Level 15. Okay, now it seems to be alright. But this should be just for the first one. Not for every. Okay, actually I always have just 3. And the positioning will be always the same spot. So what I gonna do now, I think I'll not do it in a for loop. Say it more like property group 0. Then we need to check what type it is. I'm thinking right now to check this beforehand and create an array up to the size to get the data before, so that the only thing what we need to do is to where we have an array where we store already the data. So first of all, we say get property data. And this one will be the part where we get the data first. So we have a dictionary, a variable, data dictionary, which will store property 1 is an array, empty for now. Property 2, also an array, and property 3, also an array. And then we say data dictionary 0 will be always slot data, current slot data dot available level, stored as a string. And we also store the X and Y of where we find labels. So this one will be vector 2 0 0. Then we say data dictionary 0 equals, okay, this one we have to do differently. I'm thinking if we do many ifs. So in this case, when it's a machine, we want to display here the time it needs to process one time the items. And this we will find right here in processing. Here. This is the time it needs. So we get it from level dictionary, the level, and then position 1. So we say if farmhouse machine, these are actually the only 2 items which can be upgraded. Dot has current slot data dot item type. Then we say data dictionary dot 1 equals current slot data dot level dictionary dot get, and now we have to say again current slot data dot current item level And then we need to say position 1. And then the second one will be vector 2, 0, no, 16, 0. If now I want to set this one for the second part for seeds. The growing time will have the same sprite, but they are the different types. So this is the type seeds. Seeds dot has and here we say dot 1 equals growing time. This will be in fruit and seeds. Okay. Wait, I didn't start anywhere. I could start at the same point. Why not? So trees and stuff like this have just one level, and this level is 0. And there I start just, what is that? 1, 2, 8, 54, 86. What is that? Is that the amount of items I can process there? That in level 1 I got just 1, and level 2 I already got 2? Oh no, this is the experience I got for each process. Yeah, well, this is actually the way how I could do it too. So what I gonna do now is in resource table, and I open up, for example, let's say banana seeds. And I go to processing, level dictionary, new key will be an int. And I will say this is an array, and this array stores a number, which is an int and also an int. XP is 2, let's say 2, and later we will just change it, and time to growing is 10. So that is what we do for every seed. Shown columns, item type, and description height. And we just want to show the column level dictionary. It will take a while. Okay, please work. Oh, it can't sort it because it can't compare a dictionary with a dictionary. Um, I hope it was saving at least the most of the script what I was writing. Hopefully. Seems to be okay. Ah, okay, the get function is not there. They got property data. Dictionary. And this one is property 1 is an array. Just write everything what I had before. Property data equals. And then we say current slot data dot string dot available level with vector to 0, 0. Only identifier attributes access and subscription access can be used as assignment target. Does set work for property? Okay, seems to work. If current nope. If machine farmhouse seeds dot has current slot data dot item type, then we set the second property to not available level. This one will be a bit more complicated. We say current slot data dot level dictionary dot get current slot data dot item level, current item level, and then we say 2, and vector is 16,0. Else in the else we just we don't need to put anything. So we have what else do we have where we set a second value? This is a fruit. So we say if fruit or juice. Not available level. Item type. Then we say this one will be 32. And this one will be something differently. This one will be energy value. The third value will be process chance in machines. But in seeds, it will be the amount of fruits. And in fruits, it will show a value up to the properties, size, and grade. So first of all, I want to create all the sprites. Sprite, canvas layer. To the right, we'll just add 32 as now we need to draw one for this RNG. So there I really want to add a cube, and I think a cube is really good describing it. Hmm. This one is hard. I can make a 3 here. 2 is simple. Just like this one, maybe. But a 3 will be hard. Maybe I'll do a 4. Okay, let's try it. Did I do something wrong here? Well, if this... I mean, did I have to always update it again and again? This is a bit annoying. Oh, I have to change it for each. Okay, so maybe I'll just make it bigger from now. And I say, for example, width is 128. Maybe I'll never need it, but it's better to set it this way. And to always have to change it again and again and again. Let's say 32. Probably it will look somehow this way. Okay. So the script is when it has a second value, it will be probably time. But here energy value, so I have to do it for fruit. And energy value is also set. But for example, for this one, we need to set this chance. At least for the side array. At least for the seed extractor. Other machines, what they will have. They'll have something similar to the Apple seeds, where we have the amount of processed products. Here's the process chance. If this feels very hard-coded now, when I make it up to the item name. And where I will got the RNG value. Where do I store it? Seed extractor. I feel like I don't store it anywhere beside. Tool, fruit. I don't store it here. I think it's inside. The add-on. Yeah, this is the RNG, which even can't tell how high is the percentage. So somehow, actually, that also makes no sense that I say the chance something will be processed. Because it's up to the fruits you put inside. So it will change when in the inventory. It doesn't make sense to show this property. So process chance is probably something what I'll not put here. So maybe that was it for machines at least. So I'll not set a third property for machines. The only place where I need to set a third property 100% is fruits. Yeah, I can say elf. Because this one is both for the second property. Here, this one. This one. Here we want to set 3. Wait, this one will be energy value. So this one will be energy value. So here we need also a circle. I think this way. And the last one, what we need is the amount. Yeah, I want to just draw 4 apples as small as possible. Okay, I can draw them even bigger. Just fill it temporarily with something. Put it here. Delete this one. Okay, and save it. All right. Thanks for following on YouTube. Thank you very much. Welcome, welcome. The next thing, we get the properties here. Oh, we just need to set it here. And here we just say for property in property data, if property data dot get or has or get property, then we say if not, oh no, get dot is empty. So this will be an array. If it's empty, we just say otherwise and continue. Probably it will be the last one. But otherwise, we'll just set it with the property. So we say actually I can use this one. Not, I mean, I can give it a value. And actually, it doesn't need to be. Maybe it's fine. But I think I'll call it 0, 1, 2. It's easier. Okay. Then we just say for property and property data, we say percent variable property nodes node group equals Is it not property group? It is property group. Here we need to say property node group. This one. And this one. And here we just need to say actor set to property data. Dot get property int and then 1, and we also say 1616, and then we need to say the text is property data property int dot get dot 0. Close. Hey, that's it. We start the scene, it should work. Index 2 on a base object of type array. Oh, it's index 1. Let's see. Invalid access to property or key 0 on a base object of type nil. Property data dot get property int not as a string. Again, oops, wrong scene. Stop, start this one. Seems like it's working. So let's say we will just put apple, no, what was it? Banana seeds. Okay, error. Key 1 on a base object of type nil. Okay, where do we have banana seeds? Okay, level dictionary is empty. Okay, let's just set. Can I edit for multiple? Level 1, and then we need to set the XP and the processing time. Let's say processing time 10. It's working. But this one actually can have just 0. Can I do this for all? Okay, that helps me a lot. So let's see when we start. Level 0, and it takes 10 seconds to upgrade them. We don't have any description yet and we don't set any price, but it's working properly and it's showing properly, at least here. So the only thing what it needs now is the function to open it whenever we click on a slot resource inside the inventory. But that's something for tomorrow, as tomorrow I'll keep working on this one and I'll go offline for today. Thanks to everyone who was watching. Thank you very much. I hopefully see you tomorrow also, right at the same time, I guess. If you want to support me and my game, you can do it by wishlist it on Steam. Just here's the link. Just click it and click on wishlist. It will help me a lot and it will also help my game a lot. Thanks to everyone who was watching. And yes, see you tomorrow and have a great day.